Thanks for joining us here on the Punters Lounge Live this morning. What's that Golden Slipper winning feeling like?
Yeah, there's no other feeling like it. It's just, that's our premier race here in New South Wales for 2-year-olds. So it's really the best 2-year-old race anywhere in the world. And, there's a big lead up to the race with, it's not like any other big race where you follow the same horse the whole way through because they're 2-year-olds. Some go and miss, some don't stand up. So you're jumping off one onto another, and you might have 3 or 4 slipper rides that you think are going to be the one until you get to the final day, and that was definitely the case with me again this year. So when you get to the big day and all the stars align, it's full of emotion and excitement. And if they're a colt, well, it could be the next $30 million colt, and if it's a filly, well, you've got a beautiful horse that's going to stand at the start later on. So it's very important to everyone involved.
Absolutely, and you must have that feeling today around Stay Inside. The lead-up form looks very good, making ground in the Todman last time and had won really nicely in the Pierrot prior. How are you assessing how that form measures up to today's race?
Yeah, I think it's not so much is it the right form for the race, but whether it's just the way he won. He did it on soft ground, and he won convincingly. He really put him to the sword that day, and he's a horse that's very versatile. You can ride him whatever you like, and for a 2-year-old, he switches off very good in his races. So, he's got a lot of great attributes, and that's why he's as good as he is. And from a good gate today, it's going to allow me to put him wherever I like.
Where would you like to be ideally? If you could place him where you wanted, where would that be?
Oh, probably in the 1-1. That'd be perfect for him. But, the speed might be too quick for him, and he's out of his comfort zone a little bit. So I'll just have him that one pair further back. But I would be very surprised if I'm not in the first 6.
Absolutely. Who's the horse that you want to get the back of at the right time?
Oh, look, Profiteer's obviously the one to beat. He's going to be right up there on the speed. So I'd say I'm going to be somewhere around him. But, as long as I'm from the position I'm going to be in, as long as I can get a bit of clear running down the straight, I think my bloke will have his best chance, and he'll be very hard to beat.
Going on where you've been going to this race in previous years, how are your confidence levels in comparison?
Yeah, probably not as confident as like an Overreach or a Vancouver. They were the standout 2-year-olds of this season, and they're unbeaten, I think, both of them the whole way through, bar Overreach getting beat at a first start. So, this bloke's he's a very good 2-year-old. He's come a long way in a short time, but it's a very even field this year. I think there's been a few standout performances, and that's why the market's so wide open. But I'm very confident off his work on Tuesday morning that he couldn't be in any better shape that he possibly can be. So I'm going in there very confident that I'm on one of the better 2-year-olds in the race. So hopefully he performs as well as he has.
Absolutely. 5 Group 1s today. We kick off those with the Randwick. You team up with Master of Wine. You're obviously up against a couple that are dominating betting, but how are you rating your chances here on this one for the Hawks team?
Yeah, look, he's in very good order. We couldn't have him in any better shape than he is. I think his chances would have been better on a really heavy deck. That was probably his chance to get closer to the 2 favourites, but he's going to have to spot him a start and be very good to challenge him or even beat him. But he's got that ability on his day. He did run 4th to them both in the Queen Elizabeth after sitting 3 wide with no cover last preparation last autumn. So he's definitely got the ability to be in the race up against him. Whether he's good enough to beat him, we'll have to wait and find out.
Okay, let's move you on to the Rosehill Guineas, where you team up with the Kiwi bred in Moanga, and we've seen vision of that gallop on Tuesday on pretty testing ground. He was terrific in the Randwick Guineas. What are you making of what you've got in front of you with this horse?
Yeah, obviously the drying track's definitely going to play in his favour. Not that I didn't think he'd get through a heavy, but he's just... you're more confident on ground that they've been on before, and he's bred to get the trip, and he looks like he'll get the trip off his Randwick Guineas run, and he's probably got the best turn of foot in the race. So, providing he gets even luck, I think he'll be very hard to beat.
How exciting a prospect is he, Tommy?
Oh, he's very exciting. He could be one of the best horses in Australia. We don't know yet. He's always been an exciting horse. He's always looked like he's going to be better at sort of 3 and going on to 4. So yeah, look, the world's his oyster at the moment, but. Today I think will tell us a lot about where he's at.
Is there a certain attribute that sort of gives you the confidence that he might be the sort of horse that can take you to the top?
Yeah, just his demeanour. He's a very lazy horse. He's got a great nature about him. But then when you want him to step up and perform, you can see that tone of foot that he showed in the Randwick Guineas, and you wouldn't think that he's got that in him at home. So, he's a very impressive individual to look at, and he's very athletic, and, he's got all the attributes to be a top-class horse, but, he's got to do it on race day, and today he gets his opportunity to do that.
Okay, we'll move you on to the George Ryder, and you team up with Fun Star for Chris Waller here. You've got Barrier One on a mare that we know pretty well here from her battles with Probabile through her career. What about today? What's she capable of?
Yeah, no, she was very good last start at Chipping Norton, obviously beaten narrowly by horses like Very Elegant and Collett. So, that form really puts her in good stead for today. She's third up, which suits her well. She's going to get a nice run from the inside barrier, and she'll probably be able to box seat behind something like Dreamforce and sham it out. So she's going to have her opportunity. She enjoys soft ground, as you guys well know, and she's in great order. So today's a chance to get back in the winner's circle, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. She looks to be a prospect for sure. Let's move you on to the sprint. Dirty Work, you ride in the Galaxy, winner of 5 of 18. We haven't seen this horse since the Melbourne way of running, when running a really good 5th in the Oakley Plate. How are you assessing your chances here?
Yeah, he was unlucky not to win on that day, and he's come through that really well. He had a good trial going back 2 weeks ago, and we're very pleased with where he's at. He's just drawn a little bit sticky for him, but there's very good speed in the race, so he'll get his chance to come over the top of him late. He's never been in better order, so, he's got his chance to win a Group 1 now.
Absolutely. I don't think you've won this race before, have you?
No, I just got beaten the Galaxy by Nature Strip in a photo finish a couple of years ago on Pirata, so it's a race that haunts me quite a bit, and some hopefully can knock it off the CV now.
Okay, yeah. Of the undercards outside the Group 1 races, Tommy, is there a particular horse you're looking forward to riding? Yeah,
Written Beauty's got a lot of class. She's in the last. Really looking forward to her going around. She's drawn tricky once again, but, her class can definitely overcome that. And she's a Group 1 filly in the making. It's all coming in a little bit too quick for her at the moment, but I think over the spring or even next autumn, you'll see the best of her.
Okay, and who's the best of them today, Tommy?
I'd say Mwanga in front of Stay Inside, then Fun Star. So hopefully them three, they're one after another. It could be a really good afternoon.